I'm not taking my sneakers off. I am Sneakers O'Toole.
Hey, take those sneakers off.
No,
Take them off, I said.
no.
Ah, let him go. We'll never catch him. Not in these shoes.
I didn't take my sneakers off. I'm still Sneakers O'Toole.
Hey, you should rest. You look tired. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. The road takes its toll, that's all. Alright, good idea. You better not fall asleep. I'm trusting you. Hey. Buddy. What? I've been thinking. I'm trying to sleep. I've been thinking about what you're doing. Wouldn't you rather be doing something else? We could build a home. Somewhere safe. It would be great. You could play all you want. Away from this. I mean, a kid like you shouldn't be living like this. Back before the Flash, children would play all day. Olathe used to have a lot of great fields and creeks to play in. I didn't have a great childhood, but even I remember the good times. Girl or not, this isn't how you should live. It's not normal. Rando, I was born into this Olathe, not whatever place you're talking about. This is my normal. I'm not a baby, and I'm sure as hell not some dumb country kid. Now let me sleep. So tomorrow, I'll have lots of energy to go out and play. Welcome back, everybody. Last time in Lisa the Joyful, we took down... What the fuck is my controller doing? It was just automatically going on its own. That was bad. Last time on Lisa the Joyful, we took down Lardy Hernandez, one of many warlords of Olathe. And now for today, our next target is gonna be Vega Van Dam. This guy right here. Hold on. Okay, my controller is working. I just wanted to make sure. Over that headache I had last time. Okay, I have fancy perfume. Shit, I don't have as much jerky as I was hoping. That's not good. I mean, then again, I could always just... You know what? That's something I'm gonna have to show off later. Ooh. Is that even a person there? Hmm. Ugh. Gross. Oh boy. Well, at least he died killing this thing. Oh. Well, why is my controller doing this? Yeah, thing. On our trek towards Vega, our first roadblock here is Bobo. He's just a joy mutant with 5555 HP and a lot of resistances that don't matter too much. He's not too difficult. Just attack him till he's dead. He's mostly just an HP sponge. Also, a quick showcase of supply chain. Mystery Jerky. Well, I was hoping for something better, but I can't get too greedy now. Whoa, no, don't do that. Ooh! That's good. I didn't think you could get items for free. Also, sorry if I kind of just jumped straight into this. The Joyful DLC is mostly just a lot of this that you're seeing here. Just fighting. Wow, I did not realize Bobo was this pathetic. You want another quick one of these? Why not? 5 squirrel jerky. Oh, okay. I guess you could get squirrel jerky out of that. God damn. Alright, that's a defeated Bobo. Now to continue on. Damn. Bobo did a number to these guys. Good lord. Man, I forgot how good the music is in Joyful. I love how it has like its own style compared to Painful. Alright, if we paid attention here, there was an item to the left here. So let's just go get... Oh, it's this thing. So for those who have been following... Why the fuck does it default to guard on rando? That's really weird. Ooh, a firebomb. We're gonna be making use of that later. For those who have been following along this whole time, you probably remember this shadowy figure being in Painful. And you'd be right in that assessment, because, this quite literally was just pulled over from the Painful. The only difference with this shadowy figure compared to the rest is, it has 3k health. Other than that, it's not any stronger, actually. It's very basic. No, don't fucking... There we go. One joy. Oh. Well, I could sell that for mags, I guess. In this playthrough, we don't need any joy. And there we go. Some basic jerky. Nice. Don't mind me looking over that. I don't know why it was. Okay. That's quite a guy there. Let's just go home. No, I'm kidding. Hey, man. Oh, I guess he won't attack us. I have to attack him. Oh, what the fuck? This damn controller. Stop it. I'm not doing all that. Alright. Next enemy we have here is yet another Joy Mutant. Be prepared to see a lot of these. This game is full of them. Cooper is the first truly major roadblock in Vegaland. Bobo was kind of just a little taste. Oh, speaking of taste. He has 9k HP and 110 attack. So as you can see, he deals quite a lot of damage. But beyond his stats and any other things he can do, Cooper here actually has quite a bit of trivia to him. If you've been paying attention this whole time... Sorry, I had to time that. If you've been paying attention this whole time, you probably noticed that this Joy Mutant was actually reused from the Painful. Specifically in this gallery in Area 3. Though, for whatever reason, the one in Painful has way more injuries and less hair. So maybe it's someone different. Fuck. I didn't think for a moment. Now I'm not doing as much damage as I could be. But for the actual interesting bit of trivia with Cooper, this design was actually inspired by the Enigma of Amigara Fault. I believe I pronounced that wrong, probably. A Junji Ito story. I haven't read the story myself, but by the looks of it... Sorry, I had to time it again. But from what I could gather from the story, from some pictures and a synopsis, an earthquake in the story causes a lot of holes to show up. And it leads to people seeing these holes, and despite it, you know, all logic, you wouldn't climb into a hole. People are feeling basically inclined to climb into these holes, thinking they're meant for them. Especially since these holes end up being shaped like the silhouettes of people for some reason. But said hole, well, I will end up putting a picture here soon regarding this story. But I'm going to give a quick warning whenever I do that, so you don't get spoiled in case you want to read the story yourself. So this is a spoiler warning here, I guess, as well. These holes end up causing horrific disfigurement. Yeah. Pretty yucky. This last piece of trivia is, like, honestly kind of nerdy, because it's not that big of a deal. But for whatever reason, Cooper here is playing the wrong battle track. Every Joy Mutant you fight in this game have a specific music track that's supposed to be playing. But for some reason, it's different for Cooper. Why? Good question. I'm not really sure, actually. It's just kind of like that. Oh, what perfect timing. Yeah, Cooper has quite the We really use TNT to blow up some boards. Whatever, man. But yeah, Cooper back there. Quite the inspiration. Consider giving that story a read. Fancy perfume, nice. Alright, now we're officially in Fago Land. Alright. And if I remember right... Yes, here we are. Damn, he's a pretty shit shot. That down there is Joey Viper. If you fight him normally, you only get 100 experience for fighting him. However... Yeah, that's right. This game has assassinations. There are few and far, but there are a few moments where you can do that in this game. But whenever you do, you get 500 experience out of doing it. Oh, and I guess if you're curious about Joey, he had 2k HP and 1 attack. He was a very basic enemy. Ooh, these guys. Now, the thing with these two here, you can also do another assassination and kill this guy on the far right. I want to test something real quick. You can only use it in battle? What the fuck? Whatever. I'm gonna use the T to heal Rando's SP, but I guess I can't do that outside of battle. Am I really gonna go back for a soda? Nah, these guys shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I'm gonna fight these guys normally. I didn't realize that guy rushed you down. Okay. Well, here we have... Man, it's so weird seeing these guys, considering they've been in at least a fan game. But here we have Johnny Walrus on the left and Gary Panther on the right. Ooh, bottle of water. Okay, fuck. The main reason I'm fighting these two normally... Let's kill him first. Main reason I'm killing them normally is just to get a little more experience out of Gary Panther. But, I mean, it's such a minuscule amount of experience that you can get away with not going for it. You know what? I have a bunch of perfumes. If I go down, it's whatever. There we go. Alright. Now for a fun fact regarding these two. If for whatever reason you decide to play the original version of Joyful, and you somehow downgrade your game version, your only option for this fight is to assassinate Gary outside of battle. Why? Well, for whatever reason, there was a bug in the older versions where if you fought these two without doing that, Johnny Walrus here would be completely invincible. I don't know how the hell that happened, but some crazy bugs happen in the weirdest places. You motherfucker. There we go. Ooh, throat lunge. Nice. Also, for some of you Lisa freaks, you probably already know that they're from a fan game. I believe it was Lisa the Vega Full. I played a little bit of it. Thought it was okay. But yeah, it's so weird seeing them normally after seeing that whole game. Oh God. I hope we can do this. Bottle of water. Wait, what? What do you mean a bottle of water? I already got a bottle of water. Okay. Paul Peacock there had like 100 health. Mediocre stats. He literally doesn't even have an attack of his own either. Something tells me I should go back and heal. I'm gonna cut that out for you guys. I'll be right back. Alright, let me just take this off quick. Alright. Now we can continue on. You know, now that I'm doing this, I am starting to notice that this DLC is gonna go by quick. And that's honestly... What the fuck? Why are you there? Is he supposed to be there if you fight him normally? And again, I never fought him normally, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, noticing if I do one Warlord per video, this is gonna end up being pretty short parts. So luckily I have some. Bastard interrupting me. How dare you? Oh, since we have our new enemy here. This is the last line of defense before we reach Mr. Vega. Dig Rhino. Oh. I'm starting to get the nuggets, huh? Mr. Rhino here has 1,777 health. Probably a gambling man. And he has 200 attack. So, make sure to deal with him quickly. Or he's probably gonna lay your ass flat. Like so. Why did I stab? You're my sweetest dream and my worst nightmare. Yeah, just kill him quick. Don't let him hit you too many times. It'll hurt. That should be okay. Oh, and they're nice enough to place a save crow right here. How sweet. Alright, let me switch over to one thing real quick. Alright, perfect. So you're the one letting loose monsters and roughing up my men. That's not gonna fly. Lay down your arms and prepare to die. For I am Vega Van Dam. Wait. Oh, my Lando, it's Rando. And the girl. Oh my. A gift for the god of Swift? A present for the king of Pleasant? Yow! Thanks for making me have to add probably a bunch of fucking flashing warnings, dickhead. Are you Vega Van Dam? Yes, darling. Good. Alright, let me think here. Alright. Alright, I do have my notes. Good. Well, if you wanted yet another man obsessed with his good looks, then we have the perfect guy for you. Vega Van Dam, ranked number 6 on the list. And he's also got his lackeys Timmy Apple Cat and Fatty Peach Dog. These two are essentially identical in terms of stats and moves. The major difference? This guy has 1k less health, so maybe target him first. Oh, I wanted to target him. There we go. I just realized I forgot to turn down the music. Ah, whatever. At least the song isn't too loud. But even without his bodyguards here, Vega Van Dam himself... Wow, I do not have a lot of TP. Oh, hold on. Fuck, I use one of these. Ooh, a firebomb. Maybe I'm not out yet. Nice. Vega Van Dam himself here is sporting 10k health and a whopping 70 attack. The best way I could... There we go. Fuck, I had to make sure I landed that. The best way I can describe Vega is as a weaker Hawk Hollywood. Especially since he literally steals a lot of his moves. He has Smile, Wild Strike, Woo, and even Hawk's signature Hollywood Hustle. The only move he has that isn't stolen from Hawk is Hair Slick, which is just an action to waste his turn. There we go. So yeah, this fight shouldn't be too difficult. Once you clear out his bodyguards here. The only thing Vega will do is just waste your time with his Smile, causing blind, and regenning his health. Wow, Rando's actually really fucking low. Oh my god. You know what? No, I have 3 fancy perfume. I could just use that to bring him back. Fuck. Oh no, Rando got down. Oh man, anyway. Motherfucker. Oh, I guess blind doesn't matter for Buddy. Main character privilege, bitch. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I need to make sure to do fireball here. There we go. Yeah, how much damage does that move do? Good lord. Nugget. Fuck. Blinded my fucking Rando. I can't believe this. There we go. Yeah, don't be surprised if I end up not having a lot to talk about in these fights for Joyful. Well, beyond the things that I already just explained. Because a lot of these fights are just against big HP sponges. And considering I'm not going to be allowed to use a certain item that would be helping with these fights immensely... Oh, well, he's dead. Well, as soon as I start bitching about it, it's over. Whatever, man. I just realized I didn't even talk about the trivia I had for him. Fuck. Well, I guess since we have all this silence, I can quickly share it. Vega has a piece of trivia that I currently cannot share yet. But one thing I can share is that the woo sound effect you've been hearing through the fight is actually shared with, of all things, Brad's scream at the end of Painful. The major difference is Vega's is sped up and increased in pitch by 50%. I'll probably play like two of the sound effects back to back here or something. Speaking of the woo, the skill is thought to be a potential reference to Ric Flair, a former professional wrestler who is well known for shouting woo. Though this isn't exactly concrete, like, we haven't confirmed if this is the case or not, but it is possible given all the references to wrestling littered throughout Lisa. Like I said, that other bit of trivia, I'll have to share at a later date. That was unexpected. Bastard rando. Seriously, a flash before you go. Fuck off. I am honestly glad he is dead. Glimmering Glare. Vega Van Dam's signature power is now yours. Use it for a chance to blind enemies and make them miss. Four remain. Alright, we have defeated our next Warlord, but we're not done with today, as you'll see here soon. What the hell am I doing? Here we are. Glimmering Glare. With Vega Van Dam's defeat, we can now make use of his signature smile that he probably actually stole from Hawk Hollywood, but who's keeping track? Make use of the signature smile to blind all enemies at once. With it targeting all enemies and costing a mere 5 TP, this skill was pretty nice. You could even combine it with the endless nuggets you'll eventually get from Supply Chain to stack blind and then give Buddy Stink to make her much more likely to dodge attacks. Seriously, don't be surprised if you end up using this skill a good amount. The only problem with it is that for the abundance of Joy Mutants we'll be fighting throughout the game, they tend to use a non-lethal version of Fatal Chomp in this game. And if it works like I think it does, this means the attack will not miss. But even beyond that one hiccup, it'll be helpful with a lot of the other attacks you'll encounter in the game. Who doesn't love alliteration? Hey. Wanna sleep? Actually, yeah. I do. You tired? I'll be okay. Okay. Good night. Good night. Hey. Again with this. It's important. I'm running out of options. My real name is Dustin Armstrong. Dusty for short. That's Brad's last name. Yeah, I was his adopted son. What? What's adopted? It's complicated. He's your dad? Well, I like to think so. But he he didn't like being called dad. Things weren't exactly perfect. But I respect him very much. Even up till the end. He didn't like me calling him dad either. God damn it, I can't click back in. So, I, I guess that makes us family. Brother and sister. So maybe you could start listening to your older brother more? How about it, sis? I... I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Good night. Oh, okay. Good night. Been a while since we saw this screen, huh? Unlike Painful, Joyful only has one party member join us for this adventure. Dusty Armstrong, aka Rando. You can probably see why I didn't do this until he finally revealed his name. Unlike the previous installments of analyzing a party member, I am not here to talk about combat effectiveness. You already saw Rando in action plenty of times at this point. He's effectively a very simplistic high-leveled Brad. Instead, I wanted to give a general timeline of what Rando's life here has been like up to this point, as a recap for all the flashbacks and hallucinations Brad has had in the Painful, along with all the general story beats that come with it. This whole thing starts way before the Flash kicked off. You know, the very event that caused the apocalypse. With our little orphan Dusty meeting Brad Armstrong, a karate instructor, who is kind enough to allow the young meek child to take part in classes free of charge. During the time spent learning the Armstrong style, Dusty gets attached to Brad and views him like the father he never had. Unfortunately for Dusty, Brad did not reciprocate the feeling. It was impossible for him to trust anyone with his horrid childhood. This is probably why Dusty, as you probably read with the background, was considered the unwanted star. As Dusty tried very hard to win Brad's approval, still viewing the man as a father despite the man's dismissiveness towards him, tragedy strikes, as we saw in the pain mode ending of Painful. Dusty's face gets disfigured from a saw to the face from someone that ruined Brad's dojo. But probably worse than that is that the attacker mentioned a person. Lisa. Instead of getting an answer from Brad on who Lisa is, the poor kid watches as Brad abandons him and silently leaves the dojo. Most likely the last time Dusty and Brad see each other until much, much later. Despite all the hardship, Dusty manages to grow up as a very, very powerful man. And eventually, With the Flash kicking off the apocalypse, Rando was born. The silent, powerful, yet bizarrely doormat of an army leader. I may have missed a detail, or not have described everything fully, but I tried to be general and not give away too much since we still aren't done with Joyful. Especially since the story for Lisa is more or less drip-fed to you through the many endings and secrets to find. Best way I could put it is, you know, putting a bunch of puzzle pieces together to get the full picture. Oh yeah, it's time for me to rapid-fire some quick trivia since I have quite a bit for Rando compared to most. Rando actually lacked control over his army, with his humane and fair punishments more or less allowing his forces to walk all over him. They knew he could still kick ass, and if he needed to, he absolutely would. But there's a reason Rando's forces in the game aren't as kind or respectful as him. Rando's army was huge. Much larger than Painful could ever illustrate. So how did it fail with all that power? Well, with Rando lacking control, this led to the army having major disorganization and constant infighting, allowing Brad and his party an opening to rip right through them. Rando's signature attack, Rando Bomb, was confirmed to be coined by Rando's own army instead of himself. At one point in development, Rando was not going to be Dusty. Instead, he was going to be Hawk. No, not that Hawk. This Hawk. From what I could tell, he was going to be one of Brad's party members very early on. So, instead of this big reveal that Rando was actually the very kid Brad abandoned many, many years ago, it would have been instead just some guy. Thank God this was changed. Why did Brad abandon Dusty? Well, Dingling's official answer is the following. 'Cause he's fucked. Dingling has never elaborated further since then, but honestly, I don't think he really needs to. Sorry about the boring synopsis, but it's helpful for people following along. At least that would they say so. Alright, let's see. Recording time. Nah, I don't need that. Speaking of which, don't I have some joy after that? No, okay. Well, I think we did plenty today. More than enough, actually. We took down yet another warlord. We defeated that band. Hell, I wasn't expecting to do it in the next episode, but I think I hyped those guys up a little more than I should have. Next time, on Lisa the Joyful, we'll be going for Mr. Beautiful next. See you guys then.